Good morning. It is 8:32 on Monday and I am attempting to get back into the swing of things. Since I got back from the UK, I was recording what I was eating, but then I kept missing things, and so then I feel really bad when I put up a week of eating and I'm like filling in chunks of it with, oh, I forgot to record this, oh, I forgot to record that. And then I went for the weekend to Seattle and thought it would be fun to record all of the food that I ate there. But again, same thing, so caught up in the baseball and whatnot that I completely missed one of like the biggest meals. And by biggest, I mean quantity wise. You should see the size of pasta that you get if you go to like this pasta place that's inside I almost said arena, like it's a hockey rink. I'm so Canadian. The stadium, the baseball stadium. It's massive. It's a big enough portion you could split it amongst 3 adults. Wow. But completely forgot to take a video of it. And so I was like, but that was the best part. So I kept missing footage of things. When I got back from the baseball trip, I can't even remember if I managed to record all of my food last week or not. I don't think I did. I was cheating a bit last week, I'm not gonna lie. Ate some frozen cookie dough, and like just sort of like things here or there that if I didn't record it, it doesn't count, right? Like the points don't count somehow. But of course they do, and they counted on the scale when I stood on it this weekend and I was up half a pound. But that's okay. It is fine. Things fluctuate. I know why it was fluctuating. I was eating cookie dough. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I have my week of chaos and I am back in the right mind frame for this week. So I feel I'm starting up strong on Monday with my go-to of half a cup of oatmeal, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and a cup of tea. I will add a splash of milk to it. I don't have any physio after work today, so I have no excuse to not be able to make a really nice healthy dinner once I'm off work. So it's okay. I have some healthy snacks for if I need a snack before I finish work today. And I feel really good about the coming week, that even though I have physio and I have a dentist appointment and I have things that I have to do after work that could throw me off, I just feel like I'm sort of back in the mindset of tracking my food and making good choices. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to have a treat every now and then, but it does mean I will do my best to remember to record it on here, but also I will record it in the app. So even if I forget to take video footage, the points will be recorded. So we're going to get back on the bandwagon. I was doing my budgeting last night, so I'm back on with, like doing my budgeting on time, and it's just sort of, it's getting back into real life, right? It was a bit of a back from vacay, but hardly back, and then away for a long weekend, and then back, but kind of all over the place. And I think I just needed a bit of time to kind of settle back down and remember what the routine is, because the routine is what helps me with sticking to my points on Weight Watchers and sticking to my budget with financing and getting to the goals that I have set for myself. So that's a very long way to start this what I eat in a week video, but that will be hopefully my last sort of big blurb of talking. Here we go, starting with breakfast. Very excited for what's going to come up this week. It's 2:49 in the afternoon on Monday, and this is level 1 of my dinner. So it's the very last of those horrible hamburger patties. I'm very excited to finally be done with them. So I cooked it on the one side for 6 minutes, then flipped it over, broke it up, added in some frozen chopped up white onions, and then a good chunk of vegetables, also frozen. So they're pretty much done at this point. The meat is for sure. I was just waiting for the vegetables to kind of hit a good point. And I just tested a carrot and it seems pretty all right. I seasoned it with a little bit of salt, some pepper, some red and green chili flakes, and I'm missing something. Oh, I put in some dried free chives. I know I've said this before. I really don't know what those do. It's just I have them, so I try to remember to toss them in when I can. So I'm going to take this, move it into a bowl, put some cheese over top of it to get all melty and lovely. And while it's getting all melty and lovely, I'm going to crack an egg into this pan to cook it sunny side up with a runny yolk to put on top of the whole concoction. But once the egg is on top, you won't be able to see any of this part. So I just wanted to show it to you in stages. All right, so here we go, final product. I put some more of the chili pepper flakes on top of the egg when it was in the frying pan, just because you can never have enough. And I also, while I was waiting for the egg to cook, I put the cheese on top of the mixture of meat and veg, and then after it got like a little bit gooey, I kind of rotated things around to help spread it out throughout, because I don't have any kind of a sauce on this. I really wish I had some miso gravy to put on it, but I don't, so we're going without, which is fine. It will be fine. I'm just kind of craving it right now for some reason, don't know why. But so here we go, veggies with the last of the hamburger, and I pointed it out. The hamburger is 6, the veggies is 0, the cheese is 2, the egg is 0. So it's an 8-point dinner. I do have some Kewpie mayo in there. Now my personal option, the thing that I do and you do not have to do if you follow Weight Watchers, is I don't track Kewpie mayo. Mostly because I just sort of drizzle it on a little bit here or there, and I don't measure it out in any way, so it kind of, I could try to eyeball it, but I think for me, certain things I don't track, and then I don't feel so restricted by the rules, even though Weight Watchers is not restrictive at all. It's just sort of, it's a way to trick myself, I suppose. So I don't track something like the Kewpie mayo, or if I was eating something where I had ketchup on the side, I wouldn't be tracking the ketchup. If I was using like a lot of ketchup in a recipe, I would be tracking it, or if I was putting ketchup on top of, say, like a burger or a hot dog, I would track it. But if I just put it in a little dish because I'm dipping something in, I don't track it. And I know that choice in between when I'm tracking something and when I'm not probably doesn't make any sense to anybody but me, but it does make sense to me. And since the majority of the time when I'm here and I'm in the game and I'm being serious about it, I very rarely use my weeklies, and when I'm not a concussed human, I'm generally very active. So I always figured whatever points I'm using on, say, my drizzle of Kewpie mayo or my ketchup on the side of something, that all gets covered by my weeklies, and it all balances out in the end. And if ever it doesn't balance out, if I have a couple weeks in a row where I'm maintaining or I go up a little bit, then I start to pull back on those little extras that I don't track, or I do start to try tracking them, because maybe I'm starting to do more of them in a week than I realize, or more of one specific condiment than I realize, and I have to take note of that. But usually it works out pretty well for me. So that is my reasoning behind that. Not that any of you asked for it. And here is my dinner. It is 6:55 in the evening, and I'm about to have a snack. I've been doing some stuff around the apartment, so kind of manual labor type stuff, so I'm a little bit hungry. I do have the points for it. So I'm having one of these. It's like an ice lolly, or I don't know what you call it. Everybody calls it something different. It's this. It's a freezy. There we go. A freezy. It contains real fruit juice from concentrate. Comes in pineapple, tangerine, strawberry flavors. Here's the nutritional information. I bought them on a whim before I was like, for sure I'm going to be hardcore back into jogging. And it turns out that they were a freakishly good choice, because each individual one is 1 point. So that's not so bad. So I'm having a tangerine one tonight with a cup of tea. And I'm having a yogurt. They were on sale when I was grocery shopping, so I bought them. Again, I did not scan them. They are 5 points per each cup, each container, which is a little bit of a ripoff if you ask me. But that's just me being a little bit bitter over 5 points for a tiny yogurt. Here's the nutritional information. I actually don't mind spending the points on it, because if I wasn't eating the yogurt, I'd be having something like toast, or, something else that I may enjoy, because I love toast, but I also love yogurt, and there's probably more nutritional benefit from having this little yogurt than having 2 pieces of toast. I'm going to put a splash of milk into my tea. So this is going to leave me with 2 points for the day, because 5, 6, and I had 8 points left over. I don't know if I'll eat them, and if so, what I will eat to use them up. I will let you know. Morning. It is 8:14 a.m. on Tuesday. And I am just about to have my breakfast. So it's a cup of tea and half a cup of oats with 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. My tea is confusing me. So I ran out of Chatty, which is akin to a disaster in my world, but I decided that I needed to start drinking like the other teas that I have in my cupboard, not the flavored ones or the decaf or anything like that, but I just mean like the regular kind of English breakfast version of teas that I have, that I always skip over to go to the Tetley. So I had this commemorative tin of tea, 40 tea bags. I was using that and I finished that. Now that one was the one I've been using up until yesterday, and I had to steep the tea bags forever because they just, I don't know what it was. They were taking forever to make a decent cup of tea. So I was putting in the smallest amount of milk and still ending up with a fairly weak cup of tea. So I finished that one, and now I'm using these, and they are from the long room when I was at Trinity College in Ireland. It's an Irish breakfast tea, and apparently the Irish believe in making their tea much stronger. So this one, I basically pour the water in, and then it's immediately almost too strong. So now I'm adding a little bit more milk than before to counteract. So yeah, the tea saga of my apartment right now. When I finished the long room tea, this one, I believe that's it for sort of my back stock of English breakfast type teas. So I will actually have to go out and buy more. I'm getting my dinner ready. It is Tuesday, and I wanted to show you the packaging of something before I put it back in the freezer. So I bought this from Costco, which means it's a large enough bag that it's going to last me forever. It was sort of an impulse purchase. I bought it last weekend, right before I recommitted to tracking, and I did not scan it when I was in the store. I like basically anything Korean food-wise, so I just sort of saw it, was like, ooh, that looks good. And it's by this Bibigo company, and they've done before with Costco, oh, I can't think of what it was now. Pot stickers, something. They did something with them that were quite good, and they were very Weight Watcher friendly. So I was like, maybe these will be also. They're not. So here's 4 of them frozen. That right there is going to cost me 9 points. So yeah, which means I am putting them with a whole bunch of vegetables, and I'm also going to fry up an egg for a little bit of more protein. I have to go out this evening, so I need to be able to fuel myself. I opened the bag. I'm committed to getting my way through the bag because I'm not going to waste the food, but now I need to figure out how to fit 9 points for 4 little dumplings, well, medium-sized dumplings, I suppose, fairly regularly into my meal plan. You know, who doesn't like a challenge, right? I will show you the finished dinner once it's done, but like I said, I just wanted you to be able to see the package in case you go to Costco and you are at all interested. I'm sorry I can't easily flip it over. Well, I'll try to get the nutritional information. Let's just see it's open, so I don't want them to go spilling everywhere. Okay, here we go. I managed it. So there's nutrition, ingredients, and cooking instructions. So there you go. So you don't even need to buy them anymore. And it gives you some ideas on like how to use them. They might be nice in a soup actually. Bring up to boil some broth and just toss them in. Like I said, I'm just currently doing mine with some veggies, but yeah, hopefully they're good. I'll let you know. It is almost 4 p.m. and my dinner is done. Sorry, I just had quite the coughing fit and I think I'm about to cough again. So let's try to make this quick. The vegetables, I added some jalapenos to them, the 4 bulgogi pot stickers, and the 1 egg on top. So this is 9 points right here. Oh, no, wait, sorry. I added cheese in there, so 11 points because 2 points for the cheese. A nectarine, I think it's a nectarine. I'm pretty sure it's a nectarine. That's my dessert. I have a dipping sauce for the pot stickers, and I have some cheese steeping. So this is my dinner. It is 11 points. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Okay, it is about 10:20 in the evening on Tuesday, and I'm having a very high pointed snack. I just got back home and showered. I had a very active couple hours. So I need to give my body some fuel. So I am going into my weeklies a little bit. Yesterday I actually ended up being under by 2 points, so they roll over. And I'm not really eating them today because like they rolled over from yesterday. It's just strictly due to like my activity level. So these right here are these guys. They're Pillars Original Turkey Bites. 1 sausage is 1 point, 2 is 3 points, which means 1 is really like 1.5. Let me flip it over for you. There we go. I don't know, I like them. I don't eat pork, so most sausages tend to be pork, so I like it. They're turkey. I only buy them when they're on sale because they're ridiculously expensive and I can't usually afford them. So they're not a thing that I have often. I do like them. They're very good if you chop them up into like small bite-sized pieces and put them in a frying pan with a whole bunch of veggies and like some scrambled egg to make kind of like a mixed up mess, I call it. They're a great addition that way. And they're not so bad in points. I mean, like 3 points for 2 doesn't seem maybe like the best deal at times, but you know, you take what you can get. And then I'm having a yogurt, which as we know is 5 points, and I have many thoughts about that, but I'm just gonna have to come to terms that I bought 8 of them. So I'm gonna be eating high pointed yogurt for a while. So yeah, my snack total for points is 8. And like I said, that's putting me over by, what did I say? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm up by 3. I've already forgotten, and I can't open the app to look at it while I'm filming a video. So let's go with 3. So, you know, it is what it is. We have the weeklies. They are there to use, even though my own personal motto is I don't really care to use them. They are there to be used, and I think that on especially a day where you've been active, it's completely okay to use them. Now, I wasn't wearing my Fitbit. I had to stop wearing it because I got not like an injury, but something really funky was going on my wrist, not from the Fitbit, from something I got exposed to. And so I stopped wearing it on there just because it was irritating the already irritated skin. So I moved it to my other wrist, and then the wristband of the Fitbit actually started giving me a rash on that hand, and nothing I could do, or like there was nothing that I did that seemed to be able to fix it or stop it. And so I Googled, because of course I did, and things were saying, you know, don't wear it for an hour a day, you know, make sure it's always dry, blah, 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 blah. But even if I took it off, like while I was sitting and working, so took it off for hours on end, as soon as I would put it back on, it would start to irritate my skin again. So I charged it the other day because it had to charge, and then I just can't bring myself to put it back on because like my skin hurts. So I'm looking at bands, replacement bands online. I'm thinking just like a non-Fitbit brand one from Amazon because they're cheaper. And that way, if it doesn't work and it irritates me as well, I haven't paid the Fitbit price. I know, like you're supposed to stick with the brand that you bought, but like they're pricey. So this is where I'm leaning, but I haven't committed yet. So that means though that I have no actual idea of like how many calories I burned, how much activity points I've earned, anything like that. Like I feel I had a really good workout, but the thing is it's hot out, so that's a bit deceptive because you get sweaty without even doing anything. So how much of like my sweat and exertion and heavy breathing was from working out and how much was from the heat? It's something I always struggle with being able to be objective about because I'm always prone to saying, no, like it was all the heat, it wasn't me, I didn't really do like that much, it wasn't that good of a workout, I could have done better. And I do believe that even now, even though part of me is like, but it was a really good workout. So I don't know. Like if I don't have something tracking for me, I don't know how to track. So it's kind of where I'm at with that. But that is a problem for me to solve on another day. For now, I'm just going to have a snack. I think I'm going to watch maybe an episode of Lucifer. I'm slowly making my way through it on Netflix. And then to the much awaited bed. Good morning. It is 8:30 on Wednesday, and I'm just about to have some breakfast. I have a cup of tea in an adorable and absolutely massive Eeyore mug, and I have almost half a cup of oats with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter. I say almost because I ran out in the container, so I'm like a smidge under. I have more oats in the cupboard. I just didn't feel like opening up the package and dealing with that this morning. So I'm counting it as a half a cup, even though it's a little bit under. It's going to be totally fine. I have a banana that I'm tempted to put with it, but I keep hoarding the banana, meaning to use it to make a smoothie, but clearly that hasn't happened yet, and I'm going to have to eat it soon or I'm going to lose it. But maybe not today, since I haven't cut it and I'm too tired to deal with it now. Maybe for a snack later. We shall see. It is 7:22 in the evening on Wednesday, and I'm starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast at 8. I meant to have a snack towards the end of the workday. I had 2 physio appointments back to back right after work, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat after work, and I was just too busy, couldn't fit it in. So I was on my way to physio and thinking like, oh, I should eat a granola bar, but everything makes me cough. And I was trying to minimize doing anything that would make the cough worse because it's not contagious. It's left over from when I was sick weeks and weeks ago, but it sounds horrible and nobody wants to be around a person who's coughing so much. So I didn't eat. I took some water and some Halls, and now I'm finally having dinner. So it doesn't look like much, but it's 2 of those turkey bites that I showed you yesterday, sliced up, and I pan fried them with a whole bunch of vegetables, and then I mixed in with it 2 scrambled eggs, and then I've got a bit of salt, some freezer dried or something like that chives, and the red and green chili pepper flakes. And then drizzled over top is some Kewpie mayo. I opened a new bottle, so more came out than I intended. And sort of in between, I like put half the food in the bowl, and then I put some cheese, and then I put the other half so it would get all melty, so you can see the melty cheese. And then I'm also putting 2 pieces of toast with it. And I have a cup of tea, and my space is all cluttered because now I've got that which is hot, so I can't put it away, that which is hot, so I can't put it away, and that which is hot, but it lives on the counter anyways. So small kitchens, weird problems. But this will be my dinner. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm so hungry. And I haven't calculated the points for everything yet. I'm pretty sure the bread will be 5. The sausage is 3. The egg is nothing. The cheese is 2. The veggies are nothing. I don't count the Kewpie mayo. So what? That's like 8 points. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 points. Yeah, 2 for the cheese, 3 for the sausage. I'm guessing 5 for the toast. Generally, the bread that I buy ends up being 5 points for 2 slices. I just haven't scanned this particular bread yet. So we'll say 5 for now. So a 10-point meal. I think I've only had breakfast. So I've only used 8 points. So 18 total. Gives me 5 left over for a snack, which I will let you know what I choose when I choose it. Good morning. It is 8 on the dot on Thursday, and I'm about to sit down and have my breakfast. It's a little bit earlier than normal. I tend to lean more towards 8:30 or later for breakfast, but I wanted to take the opportunity when the cat was off my lap to get something put together rather than wait another half an hour and then have to move him, because that makes for an unhappy cat, which makes for an unhappy human. So, you gotta take your chances where you have them. So I have my tea steeping. I will add some milk to that in a minute. And I have half a cup of oats with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, as per the usual. I ended up not having a snack last night after the dinner that I showed you, so I had leftover points for the day, as well as I'd forgotten about the rolled over points from the previous day. So I'm like swimming in points for today, but no real activity planned after work except for a dentist appointment, so I don't really know if I'm gonna dip into them or not. I guess we will find out together as the day progresses. It is currently about 9:30ish or so in the evening on Thursday. I accidentally fell asleep and had a bit of a nap for roughly the entire length of the movie Clueless. For time reference, if I think I'm going to have a nap, I usually put something on TV that I've seen before, or I don't mind falling asleep during, just to have it like background noise. And I picked Clueless today thinking I'd sleep through like a tiny bit at the beginning and wake up and watch the rest of it. No. I woke up basically just in time for Cher to get together with the guy at the end and have the wedding scene. So, oops. Yeah, exhausted. I need to sort of wrap up this day, but I also need to tell you that I ate this, all of it. I had it before I fell asleep, and so at least an hour and a half ago, but probably like a bit longer. I don't really know what made me do it. I was just watching Lucifer and was like, I really want a chocolate bar. And I brought a whole bunch of them with me back from the UK. Some I've had, the rest I hadn't. And I was just sort of, I don't know, very, very motivated to get up off the chair and get a chocolate bar. So I came to the bag of like UK junk food, and this is the one that I grabbed. It only because really it was kind of nearish the top. It was one that I bought to give it a try. I thought, because it said honeycomb and the way the picture is on the wrapper, it would be crunchy, or it would be like a crunchy bar, with like that golden stuff in the middle. It was not. It was not crunchy at all. You couldn't see any kind of like honeycomb flakes inside. It was really just chocolate. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, I bought it thinking because of the honeycomb and because of the picture it'd be crunchy. So it was misleading, but not in like I think they were trying to be deceptive, just in that it didn't get me what I was hoping for, which is, I mean, fine. Now you would have thought once I realized it wasn't crunchy, I wouldn't eat the whole thing, but no. So, so it cost me 20 points for the chocolate bar. I had to manually input the nutritional information and create the chocolate bar in the app because it didn't exist, which makes sense. Canadian app, UK chocolate bar. Can I say how much I hate how the nutritional information is written on things from the UK though? Because like this little chart, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to flatten it enough. It always, they always just confuse me for some reason. It's just the way that they're written. It's fine. But there, you can see, yeah, so 20 points for chocolate bar. That was fine. And actually, now that I think about it, it really did like hit the craving that I was having, because it's not like I ate it and then I was unsatisfied and wanting another chocolate bar. So maybe this was just my cravings being like, you've been eating too healthy this week and we're freaking out. I'm really not sure. But yeah, so sorry I didn't show it to you in advance, but at least I'm confessing up to it now. And I had that poke bowl that I shot clips of in the food court earlier today. When I was done at the dentist, I had an errand to run. And by the time the errand was done, I was past the amount of time you have to wait when you've had fluoride before you can get something to eat. And my favorite, well, one of my favorite poke bowl places is there. So I thought I'll get it, but I don't live near there anymore. I used to. So I used to go grab it, get it as takeaway, and then bring it home and eat it. But now the drive from there to home is about a half an hour. And I mean, like, it's like 30 degrees Celsius day with seafood. I didn't necessarily want to travel with that, so I ate it in the food court. And it was fine. I like poke bowls because you have a whole bunch of different textures, and like the corn pops and the edamame and all those different vegetables you can put in. I get mine made with half quinoa and half lettuce instead of the rice or instead of like full rice or full quinoa. So I like to think it makes it a little bit healthier. They're always a bit of a guessing game for tracking because I don't have any reliable way to track the sauce that's used on the seafood. And no way to accurately measure how much quinoa was in there, you know, so there's just certain things that are a little bit of a guess. So I just did the best that I could. It does mean that I am like, how many points over? I used up 30 something total points today once I calculated in the chocolate bar. I think that's what it was. I'll flash the number up on screen if I'm wrong. I just can't remember right now. And I still have quite a few rollovers, or not rollovers, weeklies. I still have quite a few weeklies, which is good because I'm going out for brunch on Saturday. So you'll see clips of that, I am sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think not so bad. But now I need to get ready because I'm actually going into the office for half a day of work tomorrow. So I kind of need to get my button gear and get everything prepped for that and then go back to sleep. Okay, so it's 10:43 in the evening on Thursday, but I'm taking this footage in case I forget to record when I eat tomorrow at work, because the last time I went into the office, I completely forgot. So I have prepped my yogurt. Oh my goodness, do I ever need to go to bed? I have prepped my oatmeal. So it's half a cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter. So I'll just pop a little lid on that and then that'll be fine. I have a little thing of milk because I take a travel mug with tea already made in it, but then I'm also taking some extra tea bags. I'm only there 4 hours, so at most I'm only going to use one of these. It's just I already had 2 in the container. So the milk is for when I make an additional cup of tea when I'm in the office. It's a little Wonder Woman Tupperware container. And then I have a little Ziploc bag. It's got a clean spoon wrapped in a paper towel. And then I'm also, once I get the lid on the milk, I'll put it inside the Ziploc bag as well, just because I don't trust containers when they have liquid in them, ever. So, so just in case it spills, which would be unfortunate because then I won't have milk for the tea, but at least if it does spill, it will spill inside my Ziploc. So this will be my breakfast. I'll probably be eating it around 8 a.m. tomorrow in the office if I go by the routine that I tend to have with eating on a work day. I will do my very best to remember to take video of it. But like I said, the last time I went in, I completely forgot. So this is my just in case footage. It's 7:02 a.m. on Friday. I know I don't normally show you when I'm having just a drink, but this is really more because I wanted to give you an update on the day because it's been weird and it's only 7 a.m. So I was supposed to do a half day in the office today from 6 a.m. until 10 to test out an office space to see if it's like quiet and I can control the lighting enough and all of that stuff so that I can start to transition back into the office without throwing my concussion for a loop. But then Microsoft has like a worldwide outage or something today with, I guess, everything. So anybody who was supposed to work from home is getting called in to go into the office because it has to go into like downtime procedures, which means like I work in staffing at a hospital. So instead of doing things on the computer, people are going to have to physically make phone calls to thousands of staff to try to fill vacancies, which sounds like torture. But so I didn't find out until I was on the way there, and I was like, well, I guess I'll continue to go in because I don't know what's happening. But because of how it was all going and there's no working computers, they were having everybody go into one of the office spaces to be basically kind of, it's going to be quite crowded and loud, and I won't be able to wear my noise canceling headphones because of course I'd have to be making phone calls, and it's just, no, like, oh my God. So I made an offhand comment to my manager about, I can't remember exactly what I said, but just something concussion wise about like the environment or something. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, no, you can't be here. So I got sent home. But there's physically nothing that I can do from home to work because you can't even log into the system. So yeah, so I got home, realized that one of my friends who was getting called in because she was going to be working from home was not like up and prepared to be at work on time. So I messaged to see if she needed a ride, and she did. So I just gave her a ride. But just the act of having to get up and get ready, and I wasn't even in a rush. I gave myself a full hour to get ready this morning, but just having to do like everything sort of in a row with no time for pauses or breaks or anything was like too much. So by the time I got to the office, like the getting up, getting ready, and the drive there had already kind of spiked my headache. And then I don't regret giving my friend a ride at all, but it just meant I was outside more, doing more, processing more, and now I feel horrible. like I feel nauseous and my head's really bad, and I'm kind of like wobbly. So I was like, I'm gonna come home. I actually had, this is my travel mug, and so it was full of tea that I took into the office, and so I brought it home, clearly, and accidentally spilled a bunch of it on my arm, so now I've scalded myself. It's just been a great day. But I poured the rest of it into my Eeyore mug, and I'm gonna sit and drink the tea and just be in sort of quiet for a while and see. That should help my head. And then I don't really know what the day brings. I do need to go to pick up my glasses. I don't normally wear glasses. They're specifically for looking at the screen to help with my concussion symptoms from screen sensitivity. I was going to do that after work if I was feeling well enough, but now I think I'll head over earlier in the day. Like I'll wait till rush hour traffic is done and then go. I'm going to aim for like 10 a.m. or so, I think. So I will do that. But yeah, it's just a weird day, and I thought I would give you an update while looking at my Eeyore mug and my cup of tea, because what else am I going to have you look at? So it's 8:09 in the morning. I decided I might as well eat around the same time that I usually do, but not my oatmeal because I have the time to make a hot breakfast, so why not? I know it looks weird. Try not to be too judgmental. I didn't know really what I wanted. So I have 2 pieces of toast, one of them just with some raspberry jam on it. The other one has some cheese that's all melty, and then the cut up sausage, those are those turkey bites that I showed you in an earlier clip. So I pan fried them, and then I did the eggs in the same frying pan. That yolk has broken a little bit, unfortunately, but that's fine. I like my yolks runny. So yeah, I mean, like, it's nothing special. When I do egg on toast, I always like to have just one piece of toast without the egg on for some reason, but I like to eat 2 eggs as a portion because, protein. So this is just sort of how it looks. It's not cute or anything, but it's a good meal. I like it. It'll have some protein, some carbs, a little bit of cheese. So breakfast. It is 1:44 in the afternoon on Friday, and this is my lunch, I guess. I wanted to see if I felt like getting back into doing protein smoothies. So I bought sort of the bare necessities to make just one certain type of a smoothie, like not any like fancy flavors or anything like that. And I thought I would see if I make them on any kind of a consistent basis, and if I do, maybe I incorporate it into my meal plan. Back in the day when I was an extremely fit human being, I would have this version, just a little bit more amped up, of a protein shake after my workouts. So it has protein powder. I used a different one at the time, but this is the one that I have right now. You can get it on Amazon. So protein powder, almond milk. I do drink dairy milk in my tea and stuff. Just I got sort of like taught how to make protein shakes by somebody incredibly in shape, and they used almond milk for it, and so it just kind of stuck. So protein powder, almond milk, frozen fruit of your choice. This is mixed berries. I'm missing something. Half banana and some Greek yogurt. Yes, those are the things. So depending on exactly what brand and what version of those various ingredients you get will depend on how many points it is. I haven't pointed this out yet, so I can't say for mine. I fell into the camp of Weight Watchers who I do not count points for blended fruit. And I know some people are going to be really like, but you're supposed to, it's the rules. And I get that. I totally get that. But my thinking on it is I'm not having a ton of blended fruit. I measured out the fruit. It's less than a cup of mixed berries. And it's being eaten in like a controlled portion type of a setting. I think some people, if they're told something is no points, they don't bother to portion control it because it's no points. But you still need to be careful because fruit does have natural sugar in it. So I have half a banana, under a cup of mixed berries, and I don't feel that I should have to be charged points for that when it's the only blended fruit that I'm going to be having. It's a healthier option than many other things, and you know, it's basically to help make a tasty vessel for the protein powder. But that's my thinking on it. If you do not agree, that is absolutely fine. Or if you don't count points for it, but you have a different reason for why, also absolutely fine. It looks a bit paler on camera. It is a little bit of a darker pink. I took a testing sip of it. Now, here's the thing. The last time I made this, it was when I could taste things. So I don't know if it doesn't taste as good because I've missed an ingredient, or I did like the portions of things wrong. Like I don't remember the measurements I used to use. I know it used to be a lot thicker. So like this is fairly runny. It'll make it for an easier drink, but I know it was a lot thicker before. So I think the next time I try making it, I'm going to put in less almond milk because I was just trying to guess. So I did like a cup of almond milk, half a cup of the Greek yogurt, like I said, a little under a cup of the mixed berries, half of the banana, and the 1 scoop of protein powder. So next time I will do less of the almond milk, I think. I also used to put a scoop of powdered greens in my smoothie, but I don't own any anymore. I don't use that anymore, and I didn't want to commit to buying something like that because it is kind of pricey until I decided if I am going to get back onto the protein bandwagon. If I do, then yes, I might go and invest in some because you don't taste it, you put it in with the smoothie. It's a nice way to up your green intake, and you can't go wrong with that. So I know this isn't really a meal, but I'm not really hungry. But at the same time I am. It's a little bit of a strange situation, so I thought I would try making this. I have to go to physio in a little bit, so I don't want anything too heavy anyways. So yeah, this is just my test run with making it and seeing if I like it enough to keep doing it. It's 6:30 in the evening and I'm having a snack. I know I should be having dinner, but I'm hungry but not hungry enough that I'm motivated to cook, and I keep thinking I'll order something in, but I don't have money in the budget for takeaway, and I ate out when I had that poke bowl yesterday, and I'm eating out tomorrow for brunch, so I really shouldn't order in. There's like so many reasons why I shouldn't order in, and my only reason to not be cooking is I don't feel like it. So I've decided to have a snack. These veggie crisp sea salt, I bought them because they should be crunchy, and salt. Sometimes I can get a hint of salt. So 30 grams is 4 points. I've eaten 2 of the chips, so this is 30 grams minus 2 chips. So it's actually a quite good portion for 4 points, I think, anyways. Here's the package. They're made in Canada. They're made with real vegetables, popped, not fried, I don't know. Where's the nutrition? Oh wait, we're here. Let me show you ingredients. And Oh, apparently these are the vegetables that are in it. And nutritional information. There we go. So I kind of bought them on a whim a couple grocery shopping trips ago. Sorry, I don't mind the clutter. Haven't put my protein away yet. I don't know. I mean, I've eaten two. There's really no flavor. They're not even that crispy, but they're not soft. So they'll do. They're absolutely fine. I don't think I would buy them again. When I bought them, they were on sale, so that's good. But I was really hoping for like a little hint of salt like I get if I eat, well, sometimes I get it when I eat, what are they called? Tostitos? But nothing. I'm getting nothing. So, you know, it is what it is. We tried. But I think points-wise, an excellent snack choice because, like I said, a large portion for a pretty like manageable amount of points. So if you're looking for something to have as like a little nibble, I'd say maybe give them a try. They do come in other flavors. I don't remember what they are, but I know that there are other flavors. And if you're somebody who did not lose their sense of taste and smell from COVID, then this might actually have flavor. The sea salt one, I couldn't say for sure, but for sure there were ones with other flavors, so, you know, the way the chips have flavors. So you might really like them. Yeah, if you do try them and they taste good, let me know. I'm always curious. It's 11 at night on Friday and I am going to have a snack. Now, I didn't have dinner. I had those weird veggie chip things. And I sort of thought like, oh, they'll tide me over, it'll be fine. And then when it was maybe about 9 o'clock or so, I started getting hungry. And not snack hungry, but like, oh, I could go for like dinner. So really poor timing on that. So instead, I got up, I went and I had a shower. I did some little things around the apartment. I killed a spider bigger than any spider should ever be allowed to grow outside of Australia. It was utterly terrifying. That got my adrenaline all up and my ick factor all up. So then I was like, yeah, I don't think I want like food anymore after all. But then I kind of do, because now that I'm calming down a bit, I don't know. So I'm gonna have one of these freezy things. This is the strawberry flavor. They are 1 point each. So I've used 23 points today. Once I finally put in the ingredients of my smoothie, it came up to 10 points, which is pretty high for me, but it did sustain me for a very long time. So I think if I'm eating them, well, I suppose drinking them on days where I've had like increased physical activity, I think that'll help offset how many points they are. And also, like I said, I think before, next time I'm gonna make it with less almond milk, just to see about like the texture of the drink itself, if I like that better. So that'll cut down on a little bit of points. But yeah, so I'm gonna have the freezy and I have some tea. I just need to put a splash of milk into it. And I'm gonna drink quite a bit of water because I haven't really had that much today. I don't show my water intake on the videos, but I'm thirsty. So water, tea, I almost said smoothie, freezy thing, and I'm watching a little bit of a movie, but I won't watch the whole thing before I go to bed. So it's about 1:40 in the afternoon on Saturday, and if you can see that, that is a sour cream glazed Timbit from Tim Hortons. I got that, and I have this. It's a medium ice cap made with milk, not cream. I haven't pointed it out yet. It's an indulgence I really shouldn't do since I had the chocolate bar earlier in the week, but it's a really hot day out, and I wanted a cold drink for my drive back home. It's about a half an hour. So yeah, that after the brunch I had, I've run some errands and now I'm gonna go home and hide from the summer. So it's about 7:15 in the evening on Saturday. Sorry for that noise, that's the kettle. I've turned it off. It hadn't even hit boiling yet so that it will be quiet while I'm talking. There we go, that's pretty good. So I wanted to show you my food, the bulk of the meal, before I put it into the bowl because it never looks as nice once it's in the bowl because it's always like a mixed up thing. So I pan fried a whole bunch of frozen veggies and cut up two of the turkey sausages into like bite-sized pieces, put a whole bunch of seasoning, and then scrambled some egg, but let it sort of set a little bit before I started flipping it over. So it's not an omelet, it's not fully scrambled, if that makes sense. I mean, you can see what it looks like. I was gonna put cheese on it because I put cheese on practically everything, and I had the cheese pulled out, but then I just realized, like literally just now, I'm like, I'm not really feeling the cheese vibe, so I put the cheese away, which is fine. It's weird for me, but it's fine. Now, technically, I'm out of points for the day, thanks to that iced cappuccino and Timbit that I had earlier. I have zero regrets about having them, even though they cost a lot of points. and don't substitute a meal. So they're not like, oh, I have the ice cap, but then I'm not having dinner later, so it all balances. No, it's, I have the ice cap. It does absolutely nothing for filling you up. It's just sort of a fun treat to have on a really hot summer day, and then I still need to find a way to eat later. So I could have done like a 0 point meal if I had not done the turkey sausage. I do have some tofu that I don't think has turned yet, so I could have cooked some of that up with this and basically just swapped out the one protein for the other, or I could have just skipped it all together and just done the egg and the veg. But I don't know, like I wanted the sausage. I have a lot of weekly points left over still. Tomorrow's my like reset day for the week. Like it's my weigh-in, plus like my points start out. Do my points start over tomorrow? Oh no, what if I have my rollover day wrong? I'm gonna have to look at that in my head, because I weigh in on Sundays. It's the start of like a new week points wise, but now all of a sudden out of the blue, I'm kind of doubting that. Either way, it's not like I need to be hoarding the weeklies. They're there for a reason. Yes, I usually try to not use them. And yes, this week I did use some. You saw them. I ate that chocolate bar. I had the ice cap today. You know, like things happen. That's kind of what they're there for. You can be more strategic about how you use them. This week I was not. But life can't always be strategized, in my humble opinion. So my points for my dinner, the egg is nothing, the veg is nothing, the turkey sausage is 3, and I do have some toast that I made. It's the white bread I've been showing you all week. Turns out 2 pieces is 4 points. So it's gonna be a 7-point meal, which I think is pretty good, because this is gonna fill up a bowl. This is a large frying pan. So this will fill up a bowl, and then I have the toast on the side, mostly just because I like bread. And I think it'll be good. It'll set me up. I don't think I'm gonna need any snacks or anything later in the evening. So this should be my last food clip of the day. It's 3:15 on Sunday. This is my first meal of the day. I slept in completely. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I was still awake at about 3 or 4 in the morning, and so I didn't set an alarm, because I'm like, I'll wake up whenever I wake up. And yeah, totally slept in. So now I'm awake, half ready to go outside for the day. I've just made some toast and some tea. I am absolutely starving, so I had to eat something, but I have an errand that I have to run before the store closes, because I purchased something for pickup and I don't actually know when they close or how long of a drive it is to get there. So I needed to put something in me. I'm kind of hoping once I get to the store and I pick up my items, there's somewhere around there that I can catch a meal at, because I need to grocery shop on the way home. And if I grocery shop when I'm super hungry, I'm just going to be buying like all the food. So I may be eating out today, but hopefully if I do, it's somewhere that's kind of inexpensive but has healthy options, because you know, that's a really easy thing to find. It's 6 in the evening on Sunday and I'm about to have dinner. So hopefully my grocery haul has gone up before this video. So basically everything in this dinner except for my snack you will have seen. So I've got a Compliments brand lean beef burger patty with a slice of cheese on top, and then one of the buns that I bought from the deli. I put lettuce from the bag of salad that I bought, slice up some tomato. The only thing missing is onion, and that's my fault. I have frozen onion, but I didn't pull it out in time. And then I've got mustard, ketchup, mayo, and green relish on there. Basically I loaded it with everything. I wanted to make an epic burger. And then I'm doing a mini Diet Coke. These came from Ireland, so I didn't, clearly as you can tell from the plate, I didn't make any side dish to go with it. I don't know, I just sort of spaced on it and then realized when the burger was more cooked than not that I hadn't pulled out any vegetables, and I wasn't going to be able to get them cooked up in time to match the burger, so I just decided, screw it. And so I'm doing cheese and onion potato puffs, and I have a cup of tea going. Now I always have to let my tea sit for a little bit to cool down, so that's why I tend to make it when I make dinner, because then by the time I've eaten dinner and I'm like relaxing afterwards, the tea is at the perfect temperature and it's ready exactly when I want it. So burger, I can't remember the points off the top of my head right now. I did scan in the patty. Nothing else is scannable. So the tomato and the lettuce is nothing. I didn't put enough of any of the condiments for it to really hit any type of a point, I don't think, but I'll probably just like put condiments like in general, lump them all together and put say 2 points. The cheese is 2 points. The bun, because it was made fresh in the deli, you can't scan it, so you can't get a proper point value. So I'm gonna say 4 or 5 points for the bun. I know it's a guess, but it's the best I've got. I'll have to input the nutritional information from the cheese and onion puffs because they're from Ireland, so they're not scanning. And yeah, my drinks are 0. So here we go. Okay, so a really quick update on these chips, and I very much apologize for the fact that they're resting against my leg. I ate 10 of them. I don't like them, so I'm not actually going to finish them, nor am I going to count the entire bag towards my points for the day. They look like this. I don't know. I didn't care for them, which is fine because you're not going to like everything that you try. I'm going to see if I can figure out how many points worth I did eat based on the nutritional information, and then I'll calculate that out. And this means I might be getting a snack later.